The truth is rarely pure and never simple. Oscar Wilde. You know this already, don't you? The deeper the truth, the sharper its edge. Speak it carelessly, and it cuts you down. Hold it too tightly, and it cuts those around you. The question is not whether truth matters, it always does. The question is, how do you survive after speaking it? You stand at the heart of ancient Athens, where Socrates walks among the citizens, his piercing questions unraveling their certainties. He speaks truth as if guided by divine duty, refusing to flatter, refusing to lie, even when the city itself demands silence. His courage is not in the sword, but in the tongue that refuses to bend. Yet courage comes with a price. His life itself becomes the sacrifice. Now shift centuries ahead, to the corridors of Renaissance Florence. Here, Niccolò Machiavelli watches princes rise and fall, lives shattered not by ignorance, but by naive honesty. For him, truth is a weapon, useful, but never to be wielded without disguise. To survive, one must wear masks, speak half-truths, and time one's words with surgical precision. Unlike Socrates, Machiavelli does not die for truth. He teaches rulers how to live with it, twist it, and bend it to their will. Two men, two paths, both staring into the dangerous mirror of truth. One walks straight into the blade. The other teaches you how to dance around it. This is legend's legacy, where the voices of history confront your soul, where ancient wisdom collides with your present struggles. As you listen, ask yourself, whose voice do you follow when the moment arrives to speak your truth? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if the clash of minds ignites something in you, let their legacy live on by subscribing. Carl Jung says, "The truth does not set us free until it is finished with us." You feel the weight of that when you walk with Socrates through the dusty streets of Athens. He does not shout. He does not command. Instead, he asks. His weapon is the question, and every question pierces deeper than any blade. What is justice? What is virtue? What is the good life? To answer him is to stand naked before your own ignorance. For Socrates, truth is not a choice, it is a divine mission. He tells the court that a voice within, his daimonion, forbids him from abandoning this duty. He believes that to stay silent, to flatter, or to lie would make life itself unworthy. To him, the unexamined life is no life at all. So he stands before his accusers and says, "I will obey God rather than you." But the price of that defiance is death. The poison hemlock waits for him, the bitter cup pressed to his lips as his disciples weep. Even in his final moments, he does not retreat. He tells them death is nothing to fear, only a passage, a sleep, or perhaps another journey of questioning. Yet here lies the paradox. The man who told the truth without compromise did not survive it. His words lived, but his body did not. His legacy became eternal precisely because he embraced death rather than abandon honesty. And you, what would you do? Would you stand, as Socrates did, and risk it all for truth's sake? Or does survival matter more than purity? Hold that thought, for in Florence, another voice whispers a very different answer. Everyone sees what you appear to be, few experience what you really are. Machiavelli. The streets of Florence hum with intrigue, whispers behind closed doors, daggers hidden beneath silk. Here, honesty is not a virtue, it is a liability. Machiavelli knew this well, watching rulers rise with cunning and fall with naivety. Where Socrates embraced the poison, Machiavelli embraced masks. For him, truth is dangerous not because it must be denied, but because it must be managed. To speak it raw is to invite enemies. To wrap it in strategy is to survive. He writes in The Prince that a ruler must learn not how to be good, but how to appear good. You see, for Machiavelli, Morality is not irrelevant, but secondary to survival. The wise man does not abandon truth. He bends it, wields it, shapes it to circumstance. Imagine standing before a powerful prince with a bitter truth in your mouth. If you speak it directly, you risk your head. If you soften it, disguise it, or deliver it at the right moment, you not only live, you gain influence. This is Machiavelli's art, truth as medicine, but delivered in doses the world can swallow. Unlike Socrates, Machiavelli does not ask you to die for principle. He asks you to live for power. He reminds you that people are fickle, fear is stronger than love, and survival often depends not on honesty, but on perception. His truth is sharp, but hidden inside velvet words. And now the tension burns, between the noble death of Socrates and the cunning survival of Machiavelli. One sacrificed life for truth. The other sacrificed purity for life. Which path pulls you stronger? Hold on to that question, for soon we must descend deeper into the human struggle between purity and pragmatism. Friedrich Nietzsche warns, sometimes people don't want to hear the truth because they don't want their illusions destroyed. And here lies the torment. You know truth matters, yet you also know it can destroy. Your heart longs for Socrates' purity, the courage to stand unbroken even as the world condemns you. But your mind whispers Machiavelli's lesson. What use is courage if it leaves you silenced, your voice buried with your bones? This is the eternal conflict within every human soul, the clash between integrity and survival. To live untouched by deceit is noble, but to navigate power without strategy is naive. And so, we wrestle with two masters pulling us in opposite directions. Think of the last time you held back a truth. Was it cowardice or wisdom? Did you betray yourself, or did you preserve your strength for another day? This inner debate is not abstract. It is a war we fight daily. With friends, with family, with rulers and employers. The battlefield is your tongue, and the weapon is your word. Socrates represents the voice that says, "Die if you must, but never lie." Machiavelli represents the shadow that says, "Live, but learn to wear the mask." And the truth is, both voices are you. Both are human. Both necessary. The question then is not simply, who was right? The question is, which part of yourself do you trust in the moment when silence or speech may cost you everything? And that is where the tension sharpens into fire. Because the world does not reward purity, nor does it fully forgive deceit. You must choose, again and again, how to walk the line between them. Now, let us step into the final chamber of this journey, where we do not decide for you, but leave you standing between two legacies, two ways of surviving the weight of truth. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Yet Machiavelli would smirk at this, because he knew the world rarely allows such purity to survive untouched. Now you stand between two legacies. On one side, Socrates, the martyr of philosophy, whose refusal to compromise made his death immortal. On the other, Machiavelli, the strategist of power, who shows you that survival often requires masks, timing, and the art of bending truth without breaking it. Both men paid a price. Socrates lost his life but gained eternity in memory. Machiavelli lost his reputation as a man of virtue but left behind a manual that still guides leaders 5 centuries later. And you, what do you value more? To live unbroken in principle, even if it costs you everything? Or to adapt, survive, and wield truth like a hidden blade? Perhaps the deepest wisdom is this: history does not hand you an answer. It hands you a mirror. In that reflection, you must decide who you are when your own moment arrives, when silence could save you, but speech could set your soul free. This has been Legend's Legacy, where the minds of the past are not relics, but living forces that question who you are today. If this journey through truth and survival sparked something within you, share your thoughts in the comments. Do you walk with Socrates or with Machiavelli? Which path speaks to your soul? And if the voices of history stir you, if these legacies remind you that the past is not dead but alive in your choices, then let their fire continue by subscribing to Legends Legacy. Because here, every story is not just about them. It is about you.